Sunday morning, everybody, and it's time for Chat with Charles's. Chat with Charles's. Charles Greene, how are you?
I got double vision right now, and something's really, really wrong, man. That's all I'm saying. It's good to see you, brother. Right on, man. Look at all these people in the chat. You know, just before we went live, I didn't have any of that pulled up. It was just you and me talking, and we were all alone, man, and we aren't alone anymore.
Oh, we almost forgot to go live.
Oh, man. It's good to see everybody. Happy Sunday, I guess. Right on.
All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. And before we forget, happy Veterans Day tomorrow, and happy birthday to the Marine Corps today.
Right on. Right on, man.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and see who we got in the chat, Charles. Let's see. We've got R2, R3 locking up.
Right on, brother.
All right. Hello. Yeah, Cushman NYC.
Right on, Kush. Love you, brother.
Man, right on, you guys. Can't wait. And that is obviously about Charles Greene. And Earl Coley.
Earl's a rocker, dude. Right on, Earl.
I tell you, it's been really good seeing talking to Earl in the chats, and it was really good seeing him in the Water Buffalo meetings lately. You know, put faces to names, and real cool guy.
I'll be seeing you soon, Earl. Right on.
We got Herb of Fireside Studios, who is always so great about promoting my Sunday and Friday shows. Really,
Herb's a rocker. Right on, Herb.
He's a rocker, and he has a great show, and I love this whole thing where, you know, he does the video and then reveals the Easter egg. I never get the Easter eggs. Never.
That is outstanding, man. Right on, Herb. Right on, brother.
And our buddy Martin is with us. Good morning, Martin, from Austria.
Right on, man. You rock, Martin.
Well, good evening now, I would imagine.
Right on, man.
And pretty soon our buddy Joss will be over there in Germany in the same time zone with him. So,
right on, Josh. Good to see you.
I think Josh is down.
I don't think I've actually seen Josh's name before. This is a new name. Every time I come on here, I meet new people, though, which is totally cool. Totally cool.
Josh he'll usually come in and he'll say a couple things here and there. He's over on Ben Coombs' channel as well, and Josh is a big motorhead, and he's making the move over to Germany, and he's got 8 days before he gets on the bird to go over.
Wow, that is so cool. Ben Coombs' channel. I take that back. I know who Josh is.
There you go.
I've heard the name before. Right on, or something. Right on, man.
And we got Paul McNary and at least 2 of the cats.
You rock, Paul. Me and Paul are buddies.
Always glad to have you in, bud.
Very cool.
Our buddy Wayne McConnell. Hey, hello there, Wayne.
Good to see you, Wayne. Right on. Wayne's the rocker.
And I just love this name, Dastardly Dave.
Way cool. Way cool. Right on, Dave.
Hope you're doing well, Dave. And, of course, Time Surfing Alien, whose avatar I just absolutely love.
The best. It's the best. I don't know whether to call him Time Surfer or Alien when I'm talking to him, you know, because that's a lot to write out. But one of the best avatars, man. Right on.
Sure.
Very cool.
And Steve Rezer has made his way in. Hello there. Good morning to you.
Good to see you, Steve. Right on, man. Right on, Steve.
And we got Big Wave Dave.
Right on, Dave. It's good to see you, brother.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Mick has made his way in. Hello there.
It's good to see you, man.
And he is saying hi to Mr. Greene as well.
It is good to see you, man. Right on, Mr. Mick.
And my fellow Texan, Ferd Burfel, saying good morning to both of us.
Good to see you, Ferd. Right on, brother.
Just don't give Ferd the green.
Man.
Just don't give Ferd the green guitar. Other than that, he's good. And Blackjack Guitar, hello there.
Right on, Blackjack. It's good to see you, brother. Right on, man.
And Ben Coombs.
Brother Ben, right on. Good to see you, Ben.
I am about halfway through last night's show. Of course, I was kidnapped by family and couldn't watch live, but I am enjoying it. So
it's real interesting, and we'll probably come back to that a little bit. We were actually talking about that. That's why we almost didn't make it going live. We were talking about sort of what you were talking about, Ben. A very good show, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Real cool. Very cool.
And Brian from Searching for Tone is here, saying hello to everybody.
Firefighters rock, dude. Right on, man. Good to see you.
He has got I guess a contest on his channel where he's getting folks to go ahead and design a T-shirt for him. But I'm just saying, use this logo and just plaster it on the middle like a big badge.
I'll be honest with you. Right there, it's unique. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting because it's got the whole firefighter vibe, but it's not obvious.
No,
it's not obvious. You got to kind of look at. You got to know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. I think it's right there is.
I love
that.
It
is a shirt, bro.
For sure.
And it's hard to actually. I'm sitting here trying to think outside that box of that graphic, and dude, that's pretty gnarly. A lot of thought went into it too.
For sure. And we got Glenn Bailey with us, and I'm loving this avatar as well.
That's excellent, Glenn, man. Right on, dude. Right on, bro.
And last week's guest, my older brother. Welcome in, Ed.
That was a really funny show, I guess I assumed it was kind of impromptu, like maybe you had somebody cancel or something, and so you had to ask your brother to come in. That's kind of the vibe I got. I only caught like a third of the show.
It kind of was. I had waited too long to try to get a guest, and everybody wanted to do it, but nobody was available that day. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? My brother just entered the guitar scene, and so that would be a great conversation. And I was like, this is either going to go really well or really badly. And it ended up going really well.
Edward, he's not a YouTuber, right? He's not a YouTuber at all, right?
He is not a YouTuber at all.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And he is recovering. He had hernia surgery the other day. And so he is recovering and looking to practice some guitar while he's doing it. So
very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Hey, I hope he heals well. Right on, bro.
There you go.
Right
and we got our buddy BC Rich 581 saying hello to everybody and happy
right on, BC Rich. Right on, brother.
And we got Lars Guitars.
Right on, Lars. It's good to see you, bro.
That just rings out, it just Lars Guitars.
Excellent. It's
excellent.
And
we got Dan Gorman has made his way in. Hello.
It's good to see you, Dan. Right on, brother.
Okay. And what that Mitch Heyman is going on here.
Hey, he's my partner in crime, but he will only do the misdemeanors. I don't know why.
You got to watch the level of commitment there.
That's my brother right there. Right
Mitch is a lot of fun. Had a lot of fun with him when he came on chat with Charles.
Yes.
Yeah, we got Guitar Man 45. Welcome in, Bo. I hope that mission from God is going well.
Right on, the gear god, man.
And we got Scott Brockway saying hello to both of us. And Scott is underway with a project on one of his guitars, and so I'll wait.
Right on, Scott. You are awesome. That last post you did, Scott, gorgeous, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It just blows my mind how many beautiful guitars and what awesome gear this community has.
Oh, for sure.
You lose track of it, and it just goes to show you how many different paths there are to do what we do. It's really convenient. That's how you look at it, man.
I tell you, and you get to see all of it, and then it's like, oh, well, maybe I need one of those.
Yeah, we'll talk about. Actually, don't let me forget to talk about that Telecaster. I got it next to me over here. We'll talk. I'll go there. I'll go there in a little bit.
All right, we'll do that.
Don't let me forget.
Ken. Hip Metal Works.
Right on, Hip Metal. You rock, bro. It's good to see you, brother.
And we got Chris Martian Marie in the house. Hello there.
Right on, Martian. It's good to see you, brother. Right
Love
on,
it.
bro.
And let's see. I'm trying to see. Ah, there he is. We couldn't have a show without Ryan Hall, everyone's favorite music-in-law.
Right on, Ryan. You absolutely rock, brother.
And welcome in, Ryan. OU812 is going to have a great show later on today, and so be there or be very
Kings of Tone right there. Kings of Tone, this whole show, man.
Let's see. John DeShane has made his way in. Welcome in, John. He'll be on with OU into later.
Right on, John. It's
I
good to
am
see
so
you, brother.
looking forward to that.
Right on.
I absolutely love what John DeShane does with a Pink Floyd song. It's just, he's such
part of the uniqueness of Ryan's show is how each of those guys has their own thing that they love. It's their own. It's obvious that's their bliss.
Mm-hmm.
John shows it, and he has. I don't want to use the word blossomed. That's a lame word. Sort of come into his own with the community in the last 6 months. His guitar playing has gone through the roof too. He's a better guitar player than he was 6 months ago. Today, blatantly obvious. I hope you're blushing, John.
and that's the goal, though. We've all wanted.
No, I mean it's really, really, really obvious, and it's great because as a somebody who likes to watch the shows and enjoys the music, it's a win-win for all of us.
Yeah, for sure. And
result,
they all have monster talent over there.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Well, we don't really have the obligatory question because we've already gone down that guitar journey. And one of the things I thought we would talk about today, Charles, is your YouTube channel and the absolute remarkable quality of your live streams.
Well, thank you. I'll say that. I owe all of it to Mitch Heyman. I say it all the time. He basically took what I had and made it work. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. I mean, you're talking about the quality of this. Mitch is laughing. In fact, he's rolling right now because the fact that I'm doing this right now with where I'm at right now, it's a flipping miracle. It really is. And the only reason is because I have a new computer. And even though it's not a super strong computer, it's adequate to do what I'm doing as long as I don't try to do too much. Mm-hmm. I would never try to have 2 or 3 things pulled up on this and then try to play guitar. It wouldn't even work. I know because I've gone down some really bad train wrecks on shows. The School of Hard Knocks is a reality. He took he took what I had, which is, it's funny. You talk about, I was asking a show the other night. I think it was, it might've been Ferd. Now that I think about it, it might've been Ferd. If I got that wrong, Ferd, I apologize. Was talking about, how I get my tone and my chain and everything. Well, I'm completely digital. There is no amp. It's all bias effects. Mm-hmm. I use a DI box because Pixie Licks, you remember, Steve from Boston. Well, I like him as Pixie, damn it. And I like the Tone King's Old Tone Cave. I will say that from time to time. There's something that
the complete wall of amps. Oh, man, it was like to the point where you were afraid that things were going to come down on him.
The vibe he had, it was dark, it was mysterious, it was excellent. Anyway, I go through this DI box and I basically emulated Steve from Boston's video that he posted, and then he did another post a couple of years later of the same, like just kind of redefining it, and it was incredibly helpful. And I basically emulated that chain, but I ran into problems. The minute I tried to put it to YouTube, because what I have right in front of me is monstrous. It is a monstrous, wonderful, that highly compressed CC DeVille sound that you get from Poison. I can, to the T, emulate it, but I can't put it to you. I still can't do it. It will not come through here and get to you guys like it should. It will. It's interesting. Ryan put it best the other day. He was talking about it. It's like you take your amp and you go stick it in a closet in another room. Yeah. And that's kind of what you have to fight with. And so the crispness and clarity that needs to be, I say it needs to be there now because it is there. It's available to other guys. And the difference is night and day. Mm-hmm. It is night and day. And the energy that we want to put out, we want what we're hearing here to come to you. So we're fighting that. But I got to give Mitch all the glory for that. I really do. He really just used all of his skill to make what I have work.
Well, and that's part of what's great about it, because like sometimes things work and sometimes they don't, and you guys are just troubleshooting it on the fly, and he gets there, right? And you gotta love that kind of support. And there is the difference in your two personalities. Yeah. It so works together.
I hear that a lot. You know, it's funny. I joke about it. You know, he's my buddy. He's also my tech support, right? So I just do my show with my tech support right there. And when I hit those big glitches, I'll be honest with you. Every once in a while, I hit a glitch, and just because he's with me, he smooths. It's gone, no problem. Mm-hmm. And I get very comfortable with that as well. Mitch is interesting. Mitch is
I had a lot of fun when he came on the show, and he's full of knowledge, and you guys got a heart of gold. Will share, everything.
That's a fact right there, and it shows. You know, he's just so embraced by the community. He was embraced by the community years ago when I didn't know him, and he would just say hello to me in the chat. Mm-hmm. And I would hear a rumor from here or there about, well, Mitch did this, or well, Mitch did this. I heard that 15, 20 times before I ever even had a conversation with the man. It's true. So, we have fun. That's the whole reason we do this. This is my escape. I've said that before. Mm-hmm. It's an escape for Mitch. Although he and I have never had that conversation that, hey, let's escape. We like to escape this. It's just an obvious thing between us. Life throws enough drama at us when we're not here. So we filter out a lot of what we talk about. Politics, right. Things of that nature. Just anything that can bring a negative vibe, we try to stay away from it. YouTube drama is something that I try my best not to get caught up into. It's easier said than done sometimes. We all go through it. You got to rise above it. And as I was saying to Charles' chat earlier, the most fun I have with my YouTube channel is the fact that I was going to say this, that I have with Mitch in my YouTube channel, because I got to learn to include Mitch in what I'm doing here, because he is an absolute part of this. His name is on the show. Mitch, your name's on the show, brother, by the way. We're doing this solely to bring the positive in this environment right here to us. We talk about it, and there is so much content in just this community right here. Mm-hmm. Seriously, it's a huge, awesome, vibrant guitar music community. There's a lot of sides to this mountain. There's a lot of interesting people. Right now in your chat, there's like 6 people who are going to be on my show in the next year.
Yeah.
They don't even know it yet. But you guys are coming, okay? And we're going to bring them on. We're going to find whatever it is. If you're into amps, come on. We're talking about what it is you like. But I'm looking to be educated, because there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I love to play guitar. I put all of my energy into playing the guitar. There's a lot of gear stuff. I'm oblivious to it, and it thoroughly interests me now. There's another aspect, and I'm changing my gear up. So we're talking about stuff right now that I'm using that Mitch and we're going to change it. It's going to change that beautiful tone that these other guys have got. Well, it's coming. It's coming. Christmas. It's my Christmas present, essentially, to me. That's what it's going to be. And if you're out there and you have something that you love doing, we're going to bring you on here. We're going to talk about it. And I know you guys know, I love good backing tracks. I like a backing track to be right. If I'm playing a song from a band, I want to play with that band. really don't like, I'll say it, I'm going to say it like this. I don't like backing tracks that are sort of karaoke or karaoke or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's obvious you're trying to play the music of the song you're trying to play. And when you take a song like, I don't know, I like covering a lot of different songs on my channel. I play a wide variety of songs from rock. It's all rock, though. I rock.
You do. That you do.
Charles, the day I play a disco song and I'm smiling, playing with my guitar, playing disco, I want you to tackle me and shut me down, babe. That's all I'm saying, okay? But for the most part, I want a backing track to be right. And so the people who are going to come on here, if you're going to play guitar, if you're going to play drums or bass, which is something else that I'm going to open this up. We're opening. I'll just go ahead and say it right now. In fact, Mitch, I'm going to go ahead and say it. My plans are to have bass players. There's a whole bunch of bass players out there, guys. I play bass. I love playing bass. Any guitar player plays bass, by the way. We all know that. But a bass player plays bass correctly, and there is a difference. And when you actually meet a real bass player and you hang with them and you watch them play the bass and they are a bass player, you realize the difference immediately. Sure. But some of you guys, bedroom drummers, you guys are out there, you're bedroom drummers. If you have the ability to put that sound on YouTube and you want to jam to a, I don't know, whatever it is you like, Tool, Korn, Journey, I don't care, as long as it's really good and you have the ability to, you don't have to be, and when I say really good, I'm not talking about prowess. I'm talking about the ability to put your tone across and to give us what you want to present properly, because we want things right. We want audio correct. We don't want a lot of noise and static. Clarity is really important, because the end result of what we're doing here is trying to make this experience as good as it possibly can. And I'm looking forward. You're darn right. I of the stringed instruments, absolutely. I'd have to say a stand-up bass is a little bit Neanderthal to me, guys. I got to tell you, I know the jazz guys love it, and there's a certain vibe you get from plucking those big-ass strings on that big. I get it. I've seen the Stray Cats live, okay? And that's about as gnarly as a stand-up bass gets. And that's about as manly as a bass gets, I just want to say. Check out the Stray Cats video, guys. That's all I'm saying. But I'm looking forward to that. If you're a bass player and you want to, I'll throw it out there. If you're a bass player and you're a Steve Harris fan and you like Iron Maiden and you need a backing track to come on my show or whoever, I'll make a backing track for you and I will send it to you for whatever instrument it is you need. I have the ability to do really good backing tracks.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Charles, I want to welcome in a couple people. We take a minute here. We got wanted to welcome in BC Rich 581, Patrick Trites, William De Silva.
Right on, Patrick.
And I know there's someone I'm forgetting in Michael Kraus.
Michael, right on, bro. Michael's a rocker.
Just some, always some great guys here in the chat.
Excellent. My bass player.
So so Bo, I guess he met a bass player last week at the voting place, and they're supposed to get together and I'm
guessing they have the same political views, and they are just like symbiotic at this point and want to rock, man. That's awesome.
This is funny that Mitch says that he can hardly play, because when I listen to Mitch play on your show, you guys got some skills.
Guys, I'm going to say this. That's a lot of you guys, and I'm not going to single Mitch out, but I'm talking about Mitch right now as well. You guys have guitar skills. Mitch has guitar skills that people would envy. Wish they could pick it up and play. I encourage all of you guys to utilize this platform to sort of broaden your horizon. Your guitar horizon, because you can literally have so much fun doing this. It's ridiculous how much fun you can have. You control everything. You have complete control. You can put up videos that you pre-record so you can do them 10, 15. God, I wish to God when I first got into YouTube, I wish I had never really played. I'll put it this way. I hadn't played anything live in front of a group of people in 30 years.
Right.
And so then I'm expecting to come on Ryan's show and play these songs that I know like the back of my hand. I didn't come on with a song I was trying to learn. I came on with stuff that I was incredibly good at playing when I didn't have anybody watching me and everything was cool, and I'd make a mistake and just kind of, not even worry about it.
Right.
As cool as could be, right? So once I came on here, I was faced with all kinds of, it was anxiety. It was bittersweet because I do something decent and then I would hit a brick wall.
I remember when you posted your first playing video.
Yeah.
And, for so many of us in the YouTube community, you were the guy with all the stories.
Yeah.
And then we heard you play. It was like, oh my God. It was such a pleasant surprise. And now it's like, Charles Greene's playing. I got to watch.
I appreciate that. I'm not very good. I'm very one-dimensional. I need to take some lessons, which I'm going to do. We got a lot of different things we're going to be doing, and we don't have any set agenda, but I've been offered, just blessed from some very heavy hitters out there in the community to give me guitar lessons, and I'm going to take them up on it. All of them.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. The funny thing about guitar players is no matter how good they are, there's they know there's always someone better, and they're always in awe that someone that's better. You think about the amount of people that sat there and said after watching Hendrix play, said, "I give up." And
yes,
stars.
He Mitch in the I don't mean to single Mitch out, but I kind of hope we talk about it all the time. Maybe coming up with a backing track, something cool that we can play and if you work on a backing track and you can actually work through it a few times, you can come up with a series of different runs or whatever you want to call them within what you're doing and get quite good at it and comfortable. And that's something that I would hope, that Mitch would start playing guitar. However, I'll say it like this. If he decides he doesn't ever want to, it's all good. It's all good because this is not about pushing or forcing or anything of that nature. Period.
Well, it goes back to
encouraging is
talking about with this
thing,
that it's about having that fun. And if you're not having the fun,
Yeah, well, so right now I'm seeing Ben Coombs. Ben, I love you. I have to humbly say, 3 times the guitar general knowledge that I do, brother. You do. And you are the pedal king. A lot of mountains to this thing called guitar, guys. Amps like the back of your hand, cabs, how to mic, all of that audio stuff, about all that. You are a well-rounded musician, Ben Coombs. I'm not. I'm a bedroom rocker. Okay, that's what I am. So no, I have to say, if I took a guitar lesson from you, Ben, and I'll just take it out of the bag right now. One of those guitar players I want to bring on here for a show is Ben Coombs. And I've got some ideas that Ben's going to love, and I haven't even shared them with him yet, other than, hey, Ben, I've got some ideas in the future. Would you be interested? He's like, yeah, anytime. Just let me know. Well, yeah, we're gonna go down a guitar road. We're gonna pick a song that he loves, a solo, his favorite, or his favorite solos. It can be 2 or 3. This has gone out to other members of the community. We're gonna bring people in here and let them show us exactly what it is that they love about what they're doing, and let them present it in real time. And if they're scared about it, it can be a video. You don't have to come on live. Or it would be really nice if you'd come on live and we'll play your video. That way we can at least talk with you and make it a little bit more of a, well, we can introduce you to the community, which is actually what the whole purpose of the whole thing is in the first place. The guitar is just an excuse to get to know you. The drums, the bass, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's all about music.
Want to welcome in Pops, and he says, "Oh my God, there's two different Chucks." That's right.
You know, Quentin, man, I thought I had double vision, bro. It was all messed up, man. I didn't know what was going on, brother. It's good to see you, Quentin. You freaking rock.
No, you gotta love it. Oh, sorry. Did I? So he was saying favorite solos. I'll have to think on that some.
You know, guitar. It was funny. Guitar Hack. He did a show.
Oh, the Friday night show.
Yeah. What an excellent show, man. Martin Popoff and what's his the other partner's name? Yes, thank you. How can I forget his name? Those guys are, you know, I consider in the Van Halen world Greg Renoff to be like the historian, the professor of Van Halen lore, you know. Well, I kind of put those two gentlemen along, you know, on Hack's show in that same light. I mean, those guys are heavy freaking hitters, interesting guys. But they were talking about Bachman-Turner Overdrive. And I was on my show the other night, I was thinking about it. You know, Bachman-Turner Overdrive did something that was kind of interesting in music. They were rock, but you would hear them at a disco. They were a rock band that you could dance to. Danceable rock, which I don't know if you guys remember. I love Kansas, and Carry On My Wayward Son is an absolutely killer tune.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a death on the dance floor tune, man, because you stand around for half of it slow dancing, and then when it comes time for the music to kick in, it is awkward. Think about it, guys. Remember back, it's awkwardly weird, but not with Bachman-Turner Overdrive. Bands like 38 Special, Bachman-Turner Overdrive. You know, those bands, that's music that could actually be danced to, and it was a necessity at the time. A necessity at the time is what I'd call it. I walked into a disco once, Charles. I can admit it. Maybe more than once. I remember Tone Loc.
Everyone's done it once by accident.
I remember all that. It's amazing what women will get a guy to do. That's all I'm saying, all right?
Charles, it's all right to do it the first time, because you can always claim the first time you didn't know any better and it was an accident. If you go back.
Oh, I have no response to that, man. I have no response, brother. I'll tell you what.
Uh-oh. Bo is going mobile. He's got to pick up Jeanette at the hair and nail salon.
Say hello to Jeanette for us, brother.
Yep.
Right on, Bo.
Let's see. Wanted to welcome in Tone Yeager. He is coming in a little. Coming in a little bit late, but he's feeling under the weather. So certainly hope that he feels a lot better.
Tone, that's a new name. I've never seen before. Right on, brother. Nice to meet you.
He is he is a gentleman that came over from Searching for Tone's channel.
Excellent.
And so now you'll see him. You'll see him in my chats. We'll see him over in Ben's chats. And so he's kind of making the rounds of it. That's what I love. How these shows do that, right? We get together. We learn more about those guys in the chat, and and then everybody has their own following, and then we all kind of come together for a bigger community. And really, the whole purpose behind Chat with Charles. I'm just saying,
it's So a lot of the train wrecks and problems that I noticed channels have, this is an observation, just my own observation. And I do not see that occur in this community. This, for some reason, specific community, and there's a lot of these communities, guys. We all think we're in a little bubble here, and this is there's hundreds of groups like us out there, okay? And the way this channel, Charles's channel and Ben's channel, I say it every time I come on here. I see Eddie, you rock, brother. Eddie Faye, I saw Eddie pop up. Right on, brother. Right on. The way these channels all grow is exactly what Charles was just saying. Tone comes on here. He's from another channel, and that's the way that these channels grow. Now, he's like, well, you're stating the obvious. Yes, but that's also the way these channels implode and kind of get destroyed. You can see a lot of internal stuff happen when the wrong stuff happens. It happens. It's happened recently. I'm not going to talk about it, but it happens from time to time.
Right.
People of like mind and who have the positive energy and are doing something positive in this community, whether it's this big or this big, whatever, they're going to stick together. They just are. They're just like chewing gum and hair, babe. How's that for an analogy? That's exactly how we do. So it's not about proving anything. It's not about having a chip on your shoulder or whatever is going on in whatever aspect of this community. It's simply about having a passion for something and surrounding yourself with like-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
And when things are right, it's right. And it's blatantly obvious. It's not hard work. And like me and Charles coming together today, I had no agenda. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I don't think Charles really did either. And he's the most prepared guy on YouTube, guys. I want you to know he's got a list of 30 questions laying in front of him. We all know it. But he looked at me and he says, what are we going to talk about? I said, well, we'll talk about the community, you know. My biggest thrill, wait a minute, let me see here. This is Mitch Heyman.
Yeah, I had to put it up. So he said, I used to go to the disco clubs back in the day with my high heel shoes, white pants, and leather jacket.
I just want a photograph, brother. Guys, I don't know if you've seen now Mitch is getting up in age like me. But you ever saw a picture of him 20, 30 years ago? I've seen one. I don't know if you've seen the Superman photograph, his AI Superman photo.
No, that one I haven't had the pleasure.
It takes 20 years off his look immediately, and you look and see this handsome dude, man. Right on, Mitch. Right on, bro.
I'm going to go ahead and answer this question for you, Charles. My brother's asking if you have a guitar that I'd made for you and all together now. Yeah, that is the one that his Motley Crue guitar. And Ed's seen the videos of it going together.
I have 4 guitars sitting around me right now, and I don't have that guitar around me.
That's all right.
You want me to grab it and show it off for your brother real quick, or?
No, that's right. He's seen all the videos, and so he hasn't put it together that you're that Charles yet.
Interesting that you're answering this question for him. Segue into the next segment.
Here we go.
So you guys remember this guitar? It's a Mexican Telly. It is approximately 25 to 30 years old. Let me get it up close. Charles, this is the first up close look you're getting of this, but you see all the little imperfections in the body now. There's little gouges and stuff like right there. See these right there? Those little straight lines. They're about maybe a 32nd of an inch deep. They're surface scratches, but they are there. The pick guard, everything is original on this. But you see that? See the back?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this guitar was taken apart, and it used to be in there. It's what it used to be. See the black right here? That's the last of the original coating. It was dropped, and it was cracked, had a big crack across here. Yeah. And so my son-in-law, 25 years ago, made a decision he was going to sand it down and refinish the guitar. Mm-hmm. Well, it got put back and put back and put back, and I've seen this guitar for 10 years. I haven't looked at it. But 10 years ago, he mentioned it. About 8 years ago, I actually got to see it. It was in a box. A couple of years ago, he made mention of it. And I said to him, if you ever want that guitar to have a life, just let me know. And the neck is actually an absolute beautiful. You see, the neck's got a lot of, and it's all about the neck. It's all about
the neck, and it's got some character to it.
Yeah, it does. And so I said to him, hey, let's, if you want, give me that thing and I'll give it a life. And he was like, well, and he has sentimental value. This is from a passed away friend of his. I won't tell you the story, but the guitar has a history with him. It's very sentimental.
I love guitar stories.
He looked at me a few weeks ago and he said, you know what? The guitar deserves to have a life, and he hands me the neck and body. I said, what about the rest? Because he took, this is all, where's everything else? He goes, I got it in a coffee can somewhere. I got to find it. I said, are you sure you still have it? He said, I still have it. I just haven't seen it in a couple of years. I said, okay, well, I've got to be honest with you. I didn't think I'd ever see the rest of the parts for this. I thought I was going to have to go ahead and I kind of like, right. I was already looking at double stack Seymour Duncans. To be honest with you, right? I'm already there, right?
I love it. Yeah, you're already doing the build in your head.
Well, he walks up to me and he hands me this, and it's got every single original. It's got the original harness, the lipstick. It's got both pickups, lipstick, but all original. The only thing to that guitar that's not in this bag are of this, it's a string through body. Mm-hmm. The little brass grommets.
Oh, the ferrule.
2 are missing. I have 4 of the original 6. That's it. So the guitar's getting built back completely stock. I think. I may have to upgrade that bridge pickup. Just honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do with the guitar yet, to be perfectly honest, because now I have the original guitar, but I'm probably going to want to do an upgrade to it based on the kind of music that I play.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm at a crossroad. Okay, I'm at a crossroad.
Have a vibe.
But talking about the body, Charles.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I've got hey, chat. By the way, you got to bear with me here. I got the fabric doctor sitting 3 feet away from me right now. Real-time issues. Okay, so bear with me. So these blemishes are in the wood. They're stains. Okay. They're stains. I don't know if I don't believe they're really surface. I think they go in far enough to where I can't. They're not going to sand out. Could I sand them out? Yeah, I got to take a 1/16 of an inch of wood or more off the back, which I don't really want to do. I don't want to do all that.
Right.
So and when when all of this was removed, it's no longer nice and perfectly square. It's got some scalloping going on a little bit, which I can fix. I can fix that. I've got the skills to do that.
That's part of that when you're a guy, you're trying to strip down a guitar and you're in a hurry, right? And it's and you start putting more weight on the sander to get it to come off faster.
Using a belt sander and stuff. I mean, we're talking garage. We're talking young kid in a garage. Just, you know what I'm talking about, guys. So anyway, that being said, Charles, if you were to wrap this guitar, you'd have to bind the front and back of it. Is that correct?
Oh, yes. I would insist.
Okay. Well, I think that's what I'm going to want to do. I've thought about taking a blow, sanding it out, getting it smooth, correcting everything, and taking a blowtorch to it and doing a nice burnt, darken it all up. It'll help with the imperfections. It'll make the relic, and keeping the relic in it, essentially, is what I was thinking. It'd be very inexpensive to do that. It's real inexpensive to take a blowtorch to your guitar and just burn it and then coat it. I mean, mindless, right? Even fun for the pyro in me.
It could be a lot of fun. I've seen it done. It's, and it looks good,
Neil Daly does really good guitar finishes. I have to say that. His finish work on guitar body paint, I've always been very, very happy with his work. Mm-hmm. And I saw him, he did a Strat for a friend of his, and it had I think it was Dale Earnhardt's. I'm trying to think it was number 3. I'm trying to remember what number. It had a NASCAR theme. Mm-hmm. This particular did. But he did the most gorgeous burn and clear coat on this guitar. It wasn't glossy. This guitar had character. It was beautiful. Well, I'm okay with that. But I got a couple of thoughts for another wrap with you. Okay. And I'm trying to get the binding thing right in my head. Because I'm all in 100%, but I'm the binding, it changes a guitar. It definitely does. It changes it. What do you think as far as like the color of the binding, black binding, white binding?
It depends on what the color of the rest of the guitar is, because I like to play those two things off each other. Now you could do, like, let's just say for example we were doing a concert tee and we were doing a black tee. Well, we could do black binding and it would just kind of blend in if you didn't want it to be like obvious.
Yeah. Okay, we're on the same page. And you can get binding in like well, you can certainly get black binding, no problem. You could get, now we don't want to go to other colors. Is that the other thing? We don't want to.
Well, we certainly could, because if you do, like, it depends on the look you want, because black with red would look killer. Black with a yellow would look killer. It depends on what are the other colors that you're playing with.
Okay.
And what do you really want to do? Like, for example, there is also a binding out there that it's a black and white mixed together in the same thing.
Is it layered like a
no? It's like black is like the colors are mixed all throughout the piece of binding.
Oh, interesting. Okay, well, you just opened up a whole bundle of stuff right now that we're going to have to work out, because we got a build that we got to do here. Neon, right on, Herb. Dude, I like your style, brother.
Morning, bonkers. Morning.
Look, here's the thing about doing these. We're saving a guitar's life, first of all. This guitar's been sitting in a box for 25 years. It was played for approximately 1 year in a punk band before it got damaged and basically just sat around. So we're going to give it a new life. We're going to give it a new suit, right? And I'm not planning on doing anything too modded as far as internal. I have the original harness and everything. I think at this point, I may change to a push-pull pot and a double stack single coil, a double stack humbucker, single, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I may do that to the guitar, but other than that, we got a guitar build we're doing here.
All right. So, well, is there a vibe we're looking for?
Yeah. I'm thinking something between I'm thinking something of a Warrant, like a Joey Allen, or a I'm trying to think of the famous artist who used to do the painting the guitars for like Great White, for Mark Kendall, and for the bass player. There's specific artwork on t-shirts. Now I'm going to use t-shirts again. I want to use a t-shirt. There are some really great 80s hair metal graphics that have been retroed onto t-shirts now, and they are so vibrant, and there's lots of yellow and orange and pink. I love a little bit of pink here and there. I like an all pink guitar with black hardware.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Absolutely love it. And the fact that you just told me that the binding takes the problem out of the wrap, and it also takes the problem out of the color, because when you get up to where the horn and around the wrapping of the outside edge, you get up to here specifically, these regions, that's where you get a lot of your problems.
Yeah.
And so you're going to literally be able to put a nice straight strip in there.
Yeah. It's like what I was able to do with your other guitar is there's one seam on that guitar that I did for you, which is only possible because it was t-shirts. But when
you were able to lay them in like this, is that what it was? Okay. I'm there with you, man.
Unthinkable any other way. But with doing a double binding on a telly, man, it's like you have no seams. It's just none, because it's the binding is there at the edge for everything.
Wow. Okay. I have a bunch of questions now that I need to figure out, because you just opened up I can go color now, and I've been sticking to black in my mind, which is awesome. Well, it's awesome. It's truly awesome. I'll say it again.
I say we do this, a whole video series. Let's record the planning this time.
Excellent.
So people can go down that journey with us. It'd be kind of cool.
There you go. There you go. And the end result, the best part of this is I knew what the end result of the work you were doing for me before, because your history with wrap fabric guitars. I knew there was going to be a learning curve because it was a new material you were going to put on there. I gave you the most difficult guitar you could possibly do, a Strat with the horns and everything. I mean, could I throw you a worse guitar? I guess I could, but I can't think of a harder guitar to wrap.
Well, the real fun part of that project was the fabric on fabric, like to get like the Dr. Feel Good on the headstock and to get the bottom the words on the bottom of the guitar, right? Yes. It was those were the challenge.
Well, now that you're going to bind this telly, you could literally take a section of a t-shirt that has writing on it now and just lay it in perfectly into that channel. Yeah, we got a lot of, okay. All right. I know what I'm doing sometime this afternoon. I'm looking at t-shirts, man. Chuck's got a brand new bag, man. This is cool. I love a good guitar build, guys. I got to tell you what.
I will tell you, it is such a thrill for me when I tune into your show after mine, and I get to watch you playing the guitar that I did for you. It's like, it is like the biggest. I walked out into the living room Friday night when you pulled it out, when you switched guitars and you pulled it out, and I put it up. I changed the TV on. You didn't say nothing. Just walked up to my wife, grabbed the remote, changed the channel, put you on playing. I says, look, see, playing my guitar.
It's beyond cool. I don't mean to yank my own chain, but this community has provided me with the most badass guitar I could imagine. It's perfect. It is a perfect guitar. Perfect. Nothing else I could do to it other than change a pickup out. But I've already got an awesome Joey Allen boutique pickup in it that's just... And I'll say this. You guys haven't heard how good that pickup is because the signal that I'm putting out on YouTube is just okay. It's not open. You don't hear any real nice... You don't hear what I'm hearing yet. But we're going there. And the future on YouTube right now, guys, for me and Mitch on my channel and for all of you guys on your channels is incredibly bright. I mean, the technology in the next 2 to 3 years for the platform of presenting music on, I don't think we really are quite aware of what we've got coming. The ability to do this is going to become more convenient, smaller, easy to do. All the headaches are going to be gone. It's going to be more of a plug and play. Jimmy, give Jimmy Biter. In fact, I saw Jimmy's name earlier. Did we give Jimmy a shout out? Yeah, we did. We said hello to Jimmy.
Yep.
He does some of the most guru shit on YouTube I've seen with his iPhone. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's an iPhone or not, maybe a Droid, but he doesn't choose the same path. He takes a different path, but he's got tone, baby. He's got tone. He pulled off a George Lynch tone that was as George Lynch as anybody's George Lynch tone I've ever heard on YouTube. And he did it just seemingly like it was no big deal.
Like it was no big deal with tons of joy, and he just, he loves what he's doing. Yeah. It's infectious.
Yeah. So we can all pat ourselves in the back. We have the best flipping guitar community, music community on the planet. I don't think it could get any better. We all have lots of plans. Mine and Mitch's whole deal is to support the channels that we love. I mean, period, Let me see what Keith H, it's good to see you, brother. What are we talking about here?
He wants to know if I've got plans for wrapping guitar for myself. And a fella's got more than one project for himself.
I find it, you shouldn't have time to do anything for yourself right now, Charles. You should be up to your neck in fabric and clear coat and sandpaper, babe. that's where it's at.
I've got three projects on the bench and one that I want to do for myself. And so I'm doing a great Telecaster with eagles and Eagles on it for my brother.
Mm-hmm.
I got an LP Junior that's going to have a great theme, but I'm going to do a sister telly with that guitar. And that's going to have the same fabric on 2 different guitars, kind of give the contrast of what it looks like.
Wow. Very cool. Very cool.
So, and this I'm getting very excited about. This year, your project.
That is so cool. That is so cool. No, and I said it before. The guitar, I'm brutal with guitars.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really am. I even that guitar, I had it the other day, and I went to set it down, and I hit it against another guitar. And I laugh about this from time to time. I go, oh, I don't want to do that again. Well, most of my guitars are relicked. I literally don't care. In fact, it just adds more character to them when I give them a little whack once in a while. But your guitar, no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. But I gave it a good bump the other day, and I'm just going to state this: that clear coat cures over time. And like the day you got it to me, it was dry.
Yeah.
But now it's even more harder. It's harder. It's. I didn't even put a mark on it, and I bumped it against another guitar. The little blemish that was on there, I wiped it away. I went, whoa. I'm anticipating the guitar to actually start to relic and wear in some spots so I can see the t-shirt fabric start to decay and come apart and unravel slightly. But I'm afraid I won't be alive when that happens because the guitar's so damn resilient. It's not going to relic like a regular guitar.
The kind of the goal with that, I know you're a relic guy, but I was trying to make something that wouldn't necessarily relic, but I kind of gave you, I did my best to kind of give you some of a relic look in it, where we stretched the fabric so thin that you could see some of the grain, some of the wood between. Yeah. So it looks like it's, like the colors kind of coming off, and, and we did some of that. And I love that the print on the fabric for the Motley Crue stuff is, that kind of antique-y, kind of broken up. And so when we really stretched it,
yep.
So it kind of gave you a relic without a relic, right?
It's got a crackle to it.
Yeah.
But it had crackle in the first place. You didn't necessarily put the crackle there, but when you said you just accentuated it.
Right.
And it's a brilliant guitar. It's, if you ask yourself, it's funny. We go back and forth. I have $100 guitar and I've got a $3,000 guitar. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those guitars play incredibly well because the $100 guitar, I did some modifications to it. It's now worth about $500 with the modifications, and I did the neck on it and got the neck to play well. It's a wonderful guitar. You could tour with that guitar. You could play that guitar day in and day out. It is a tool. However, everyone needs to buy an expensive, proper, what I call a fine instrument. A fine instrument, meaning that all the bells and whistles have been addressed, and this and that and the other thing have been addressed. And the difference is, even though both guitars will play well and you can rock the shit out of both guitars, having the more expensive instrument is supposed to give you more. It gives you stability of tone. It gives you tuning stability. It gives you stability in the build. It has a proper structure, a weight. Weight matters. The wood that was used matters. Tone wood is a real thing. It's a real thing. It matters. Proper brass on the guitar. When you go to tune the tuning peg, there's a difference between $25 and $30 tuners and $140 shallers or whatever. There's a difference, okay? And the difference in tuning stability is night and flip and day, if the guitar is correct. So everyone deserves to have a really fine instrument, but you don't have to have one to rock.
Right. It's nice to have that to sit there and you feel appreciation for even the other things you have, right? You sit there and say, okay, this is what's great. And then, well, here's how this other one stacks up against it. And for the difference, that's pretty nice.
And it teaches you how to deal with guitars and work on them, because everyone who plays guitar needs to know how to do certain things. I mean, there's a line where everyone should be like, well, if I don't know, don't touch it. Take it to someone who does. Send it to Charles. Send it to Ben. Send it to one of these guys. Let them fix it. Let them get some content for their YouTube channel. Make it about the community and move forward correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Correctly.
That is
fun coming on here with you, Charles. This is great, man.
I know. There is very clearly going to need to be a part 3 and a part 4 and a part 5. But I really wanted to make sure that I congratulate you on the success of your channel, because
Thank you.
It has been really a joy for me to go over there and watch, and I'm just honored that Seth and I get to hand off to you, right? Because it's like, and watch these guys that are even better than us.
I don't talk about Seth enough. I was realizing that a couple of weeks ago. When I talk about you, I need to talk about Seth too, because you guys are a good couple, dude. You play off one another. Seth goes down rabbit holes, and I kind of like it when he drags me down a rabbit hole, because he's got passion in what he's talking about. He believes what he's saying, and he's correct. He's a smart dude. He knows guitars. God darn it, he is interesting. So, you know what? But here's one of my problems. So, for instance, Ben will go on, or not Ben, but Quentin will go on at 9. We go on at 10. Well, from 9 to 10,
mm-hmm.
I'm usually scrambling, because I probably didn't get home till about 7:30,
right,
maybe 7:45. And so I'm trying to maybe warm up, play guitar. I'm trying to get my head right and see what's going on. What are we going to talk about? A lot of times I have we don't have an agenda usually. So I try to think what I'm going to talk about before. And so I don't see a lot of the shows that are right next to my channel's time until after the fact.
Yeah.
It's all rerun stuff. And that's what I do at work. I wear earbuds, and I will be working, and I'll be listening to the OU 812 guys shredding, or I'll be doing the Under the Bus Network and getting my weekly laugh, or listening to Ben. I get a kick out of you guys' channels. I get an absolute kick out of the community. I don't look anymore I say this from time to time, I don't look anymore for the answers. They're all right here. If I need something, or I have a thought about audio, or do I need to do this? God, what phone call do I make is my problem. Who am I going to call?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get I'm going to get the right answer.
It is the great thing about this. Yeah, it is the great thing about this community. And, I enjoy watching all the other shows, and I hate it when I don't catch them live. And, there are just sometimes that happens. But, I always go back and hit the reruns.
Right on, brother. Josh, you be well, brother. Mm-hmm. Right on, man.
Well, why don't you hold in? There was one question I wanted to hit earlier. There was a gentleman that was asking how long it kind of takes you to get warmed up.
Well, so some days if I walk in here and I play for 5 minutes, I'm good to go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good to go. But there's other days where, like, depending on what I did that day, I may have been working I work with my hands, right? So, I may, and my hands might be aching, or and I may need to articulate things a little more. It doesn't take me long to get warmed up. It really doesn't. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes of some kind of a format of playing. Just, you do that repetitively for 3 or 4 minutes, you're pretty much warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, when getting ready to come on a show, it's not so much anymore, but when I first started, I felt I had to have a solid hour of doing that one lick in that song that gives me the trouble. I'd play that lick and play that lick and play that lick, and then come on live and blow that lick, just blow it, and be like, what happened?
Especially on our Friday show, I've always been the same way about whatever our theme is, right? We got to stay on topic, and now it's like...
Yeah, sometimes it's easier. I use the term "fly by the seat of my pants." I mean that literally, but I don't mean it in a just don't give a shit kind of a way. I mean it. You just gotta let this community kind of roll with it and go with how things go. Get that positive energy, whatever it is, and just talk about it. Bring it to the surface and let everybody enjoy it.
For
That's
sure.
really what we like to do over there.
Well, Charles, thank you for coming on and being you. There's no better way to say that than that, because you are one of the coolest guys on YouTube.
I appreciate that. I love you guys.
So
The whole community is family. I love you guys. You guys need to get a hold of me. Get a hold of me.
Well, hang in there. We're going to let these guys go. Music Therapy Laz is getting started now, and so go over there and enjoy that. And OU812 will be on later, and always a good show. Ben Coombs is going to have a great show tonight, so go over there. And, if you want, you can even check out that Pete Thorne guy.
He plays guitar a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
All right.
I love you guys. Right on, man.